Good morning, everyone. Welcome to Unity Spiritual Center of Windsor. My name is Linda Toden, and this is Devanni right here beside me. I'm your host today, and Devanni is your co-host. Oh, and you know what? We've got people joining us online today. If you look right back there, there's a camera. If you turn around and wave, you can wave and say, hi, everybody.
Hello.
Yeah. We've got people joining us online today, so welcome to everyone. Here at Unity Spiritual Center of Windsor, we draw upon the universal wisdom found at the heart of all the world's religions and offer a spiritually progressive, socially responsive, and radically inclusive approach to life that is as practical as it is mystical. We come together to encourage and support one another in our individual spiritual journeys. Wherever you are in that process, we are glad you came and joined us today.
Yeah, and today's music will be presented by Adam Bergman. We're always looking forward to that. We're so happy to have Adam sharing his beautiful voice and his music today. Thank you, Adam.
And now it's time to relax into our journey of unity with our prayer today. So I'd like you just to relax into that great God presence that you have, turning within and turning above. Perfect peace dwells within me and all beings. As I prepare for a fuller experience of my divinity this Advent season, I turn my attention to cultivating peace of mind and heart. This inner preparation invites me to look beyond my circumstances and attune to the deeper harmony that underlies all creation. Whether I'm in a busy city or a calming natural setting, I trust that each day will dawn in perfect alignment with the heavenly bodies of the cosmos. Likewise, whether I feel anxious or calm, I trust heavenly peace is within me. Aware of my peaceful nature, I choose thoughts, words, and actions that honor my spiritual self. My presence restores calm in chaos and invites serenity to ease distress. My tranquil demeanor magnifies the peace of God. 2 Thessalonians chapter 3, verse 16 says, "Now may the Lord of peace himself give you peace at all times, in all ways. The Lord be with you all. Amen."
Amen. Okay, today's prayer chaplain is Mariette Jones, and I don't see Mariette here yet, but I know that she will be here at 11:30. So just please, just the prayer room is upstairs if you're interested in a prayer.
And also, I'd just like to let you know that there's a prayer request box right here. Just fill out the little form there and place your prayer request in that box, and it will be prayed over by the prayer team.
Okay, and also to remind you that there's a 24/7 prayer hotline with Silent Unity, and it's 1-800-NOW-PRAY.
And now we're going to do some singing. So Adam, he's got some music for us.
Good morning, y'all, and welcome to everyone at home as well. That was so cute that we all waved. I think that's a new tradition we should start. Thank you for getting up at home early as well to come. And welcome everyone to Sunday, December 7th. We are now the final month of the year and approaching Christmas. We have a beautiful Christmas tree up on the plateau, done beautifully. So today we are excited to dive into a divine conversation with Sue later. And I picked this particularly because of the theme, but some of the songs ended up being by artists named Sue, just like our speaker today. So today with everything about the inner journey, the Innerstanding of our journey, let's think about our power of thought and intention and calling forth from the earth before we get to our divine talk. So let's start. If you wish to rise, let's start with I Am the Thinker by Sue Riley. changes things, that shapes my life. I am the thinker who thinks the thoughts. I have the power to change my life. I am the thinker who thinks the thought that changes things, that shape my life. I am the thinker who thinks the thoughts. I have the power to change my life. And if you ask me who am I am wisdom, I am light. I am more than meets the eye, cannot be defined. I am the thinker who thinks the thought that changes things, that shape my life. I am the thinker who thinks the thoughts. I have the power to change my life. I am the thinker who thinks the thought that changes things, that shape my life. I am the thinker who thinks the thoughts. I have the power to change my life. And if you ask me what am I am beauty, I am joy, I am more than meets the eye, I cannot be defined. 'Cause I am the thinker who thinks the thought that changes things and shapes my life. I am the thinker who thinks the thought. I have the power to change my life. 'Cause I am the thinker who thinks the thought that changes things, that shape my life. I am the thinker who thinks the thought. I have the power to change my life. I can choose to be the light and brighten someone's darkest night. I'm so much more than meets the eye, I cannot be defined. I am the thinker who thinks the thought that changes things, that shape my life. I am the thinker who thinks the thoughts. I have the power to change my life. I am the thinker who thinks the thought that changes things, that shape my life. I am the thinker who thinks the thoughts. I have the power to change my life. I have the power to change my life. I have the power to change my life. Thank you. These songs and these mantras and all these things, just they stay in your head and you sing them all week, all month, and some of us all year. And they're super fun. So again, going back to the theme of the title talk today with our wonderful guest speaker today, Sue Onischak, the understanding of the journey of the soul. And again, I love this next song. I know, Devanni, it's also one of your favorite ones too. I love this one because we are all a blessing to the world. Sometimes maybe as humanity we don't feel that, but we are to each other. And this is our chance with this song to connect with nature, connect with the inner child, and make sure we keep that relationship strong. So ground your feet, grab your inner child's hand, and I love particularly this song really calling forth the energy and spirit. So this is Blessing to the World. You are the heart, you are the hands, you are the voice of spirit on earth, and who you are and all you do is a blessing to the world. You are the heart, you are the hands, you are the voice of spirit on earth, and who you are and all you do is a blessing to the world. We are the heart, we are the hands, we are the voice of spirit on earth, voice of spirit on earth, and who I am, and all I do is a blessing to the world. I am the heart, I am the hands, I am the voice of spirit on earth, and who I am, and all I do is a blessing to the world. I'm a blessing to the world. You're a blessing to the world. Thank you.
Wow, that was amazing. Thank you, Adam. Yeah, unity teaches that each person is a unique individual expression of God, and that we create our experience of life according to the thoughts that we and the feelings that we hold in mind. Number 3.
Unity was founded on prayer. We believe and teach that affirmative prayer and meditation changes us by raising our consciousness and helping us realize our connection with the divine and the truth of who we are.
And our affirmation for December is, we are a community of peace, grounded in love and unity. We choose peace over fear, love over conflict, and harmony over division. Please repeat this with me. We are a community of peace, grounded in love and unity. We choose peace over fear, love over conflict, and harmony over division.
And now Adam has a song for us. We're looking forward to that. Thank you.
Thank you. This was a special request for today's title talk, and I love anything from 90s, early 2000s, so this was a joy to put together this cute little version. Again, going back to today, the Innerstanding of the journey of the soul, and I think this was a perfect choice for today, so thank you to the team for asking me to do it. This is When You Believe by Whitney and Mariah, and I really like this condensed version I did to make sure that, written by the incredible Stephen Schwartz, who also just recently was working on the Wicked movie as well. So this is When You Believe. I hope these lyrics mean something to everyone here and at home today. Many nights we prayed, with no proof anyone could hear. In our hearts a hopeful song we barely understood. Now we are not afraid, although we know there's much to fear. We are moving mountains long before we knew we could. There can be miracles when you believe. No hope is frail, it's hard to kill. When knows what miracles you can achieve. When you believe, somehow you will. You will when you believe. And they don't always happen when you ask. And it's easy to give in to your fears, oh yeah. But when you're blinded by your pain, can't see the way through the rain, a small but still resilient voice says help is very near. Oh, there can be miracles achieve when you believe. Somehow you will, somehow you will, and now you will. You will when you believe. You will when you believe. Thank you. Not bad for Mariah and Whitney at 10:30 on a Sunday. Thanks, everyone.
Thank you, Adam. That was amazing. What a voice, eh?
Yeah, wow.
Yes, another round of applause while
I'm here every Sunday, mostly.
Okay, so today we have a divine conversation with Sue Onishek, and so we're really excited to have her here. I've known Sue for about 18 years.
At least.
At least. We met through a Course of Miracles study group, and we started studying with Elim, and here we are. And that's what we have in common. We both studied this Course of Miracles for some time, and Sue is a retired registered nurse. She's a Reiki practitioner and a life fulfillment coach. Sue is a student and teacher of A Course of Miracles and has led study groups on the Course of Miracles for over 20 years. So yeah, there we go, yeah. Sue has a YouTube channel where you can find her videos of 365 lessons of the Course of Miracles she's recorded and given her personal reflection on. And she's done this for more than just 1 year. So every single day she gets online, does a video on the lesson. It's pretty amazing, and so I'm glad you have those recorded. So Sue's been active in a 12-step program for 28 years and has completed a 12-step of spiritual awakening, doing an intensive review of the 12 steps. Very good. She has done extensive global travel on several spiritual journeys, including Egypt. She just completed her 7th journey of the soul in Egypt, walking the ancestral path of the ancient initiates, this past September, October of this year. So it's great. She's just come back from one of these journeys that she's been on. So Sue is our speaker, and she's also a workshop facilitator, so she also does public speaking. So please welcome Sue.
Thank you. Thank you. My earphone falls off.
Are you good?
No.
Adam, can you help? Oh, I think we got it.
We got her. Okay, thank you. My greatest fear was that would fall off. See, so I was living in fear and it fell off. Wow. Thank you. Thank you for that introduction, Devanni. And it definitely is a total and complete honor and a privilege to be here and to share with you today. And I trust that Spirit is speaking through Devanni and I, and with that Spirit will leave you with inspiration and something to take forward in your own life. So and I just, Adam, I'm still just so moved. Thank you for honoring and singing the song When You Believe, and that I asked and made that request because it was a song that really impacted me at another level just before I left for my last journey to Egypt. And I'll interject about that as we're sharing now. But I've been extremely blessed. This talk is not necessarily about Egypt. When Devanni invited me to the possibility of speaking, it was 10 days after I had come home from Egypt. And she said, oh, you can talk about Egypt. And my automatic was, oh my God, I can't. How can I talk? How can I tell people or share with others what my true experience was? And then as we were preparing, this talk is not just going to be about Egypt, but I was asking Spirit for some direction. I do that the moment that I am asked to speak anywhere. And the word innerstanding came up for me. And I had heard this word somewhere before, but I thought, wait, there's some connection here. So anyways, I had to go, and I have my cheat notes here. I had to go to to Google, and I Googled Innerstanding, and there's really not a lot written about it. And for me, there's Innerstanding, and then there's understanding. I did a lot of understanding in my life, which was to get a lot of knowledge. But when I look back and refer again to my trips to Egypt, they started back in 2003. That was the beginning of my going deeper into coming from my heart. And all of that up until this point is all about this understanding. And in the songs, again, I was touched too by, I'll go back, When You Believe was written for the movie, The Prince of Egypt. I didn't know that. That's something else I've learned today.
But synchronicity, eh?
Oh, the synchronicities. And then, the power within. We all have a power within. And, understanding, and I've got a few definitions here that I looked up, is going in depths. It is about deep, deep self-honesty. In Egypt, what Egypt has done for me, and I've been so blessed, and I get it's been my calling, and we don't all have to go to Egypt, but Egypt calls forth and pulls out raw honesty and the energies of that. So understanding is going in depths again. It's that inner guidance. It's already in us. We have the power within us. We have the power to love. We have the power to be at peace. We have the power to be kind. We have the power to be compassionate. But we also have this human condition.
Yeah.
Which is called the ego.
Yeah, I love that with the understanding, because with a unity here, we're really changing the words. And to me, understanding is like you're under someone. You're learning, you're getting that knowledge, and now it's the understanding, because now it's more about the inner journey.
Exactly.
Because we don't need a guru anymore, right? The guru is right here. Everybody's got their own guru inside of them. So
yes.
So I do love the title.
Yeah. And way back, I did a lot of development, personal and professional growth and development. And one of my first weekends that I went on, and all of you here probably have been on them, you come off those weekends and you're really feeling uplifted and high. And then it's like 3 days later, I'm like back in the doldrums. And what I learned from way back then is I needed to take what I learned and put it into action. I had to take something in practice. So you know what? I've been doing this for 25 some odd years, maybe longer. Is it 30 years? I know Joanne and Bob from way back then.
Yes, Sue has been on this journey for a very long time. She's very committed, very dedicated, and like myself.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And I still need to deal, it's still there. I have this human conditioned ego, but over the years, as I mentioned, I've been a student and a teacher of A Course in Miracles. And the Course in Miracles is all about undoing that ego. It's a practice. It's not gone away. And, my goal is mastery and self-actualization for myself. But yeah, I need to deal with that. So with that being said, something else you want to ask at the moment, or are we okay?
No,
okay.
You keep going and we'll see how it goes. Remember, this is not rehearsed.
No, it isn't.
It's just, we'll see how it goes.
So it's all about a really deep connection with our own inner self. Again, we can carry a lot of knowledge, but it's only knowledge. It's only knowledge. And to really take it inwardly is what I feel that we're called to on this journey of the soul. We're not a body with a soul. We are a soul with a body.
Oh,
and
I like
yes, and yes, we need to take care of this body on this planet Earth. I know of my own upbringing and my own growth and development, it was all focused on body from way back. Taking on beliefs, from 0 to 7, that from society, from churches, from family, etc. And all of it from 0 to 7, if we're really truly honest with ourselves, and a lot of the research and study that I've done, we're all still living from that 0 to 7. Again, this is honesty, that we're not good enough. And I'll be very honest with you, I still need to deal with that. It's not as intense as it used to be 30 years ago, but you know what? It still comes up. The voice came up as I was preparing for this. You're not good enough for this. You know, but it's about not entertaining that voice. It's not giving your power to that voice. So it's the one big thing there, and you know that can generate a lot of suffering. But it's also based on a scarcity principle, and the Course in Miracles talks about that. We want to take a look at in our lives how often we're operating from scarcity, all sourced from I'm not enough. There's enough. You are enough. I am
and there's
enough.
more than enough, really. There's more than enough, yeah.
There's more than enough. You know, I like to think of, and it's really been something that come to me, when I think of the universe and I think what's available, and when I close my eyes, I mean, again, I just can go like, it's so expansive. You know, I see the stars, I see the universe, and it's just endless. But if you take a look at the world, it's endless. We are not limitless. Limitless is scarcity, sourced again from I'm not good enough. We live in the possibility of limitlessness. Possibilities are limitless, and no matter what is occurring in life, there's always another side. And if I stay in suffering, one of my addictions, I had 5: alcohol, nicotine, suffering, work, and I think perfectionism was the other one. I forgot, you know, that I've been dealing with. Perfectionism, you know. Because I'm not good enough, everything had to be perfect. And so then that's one of the things that I you know, really on this level, you know, again, in this last trip, or in this area, I should say, you know, I've had to deal with not being hard on myself throughout a lifetime. And I'm feel very, very blessed and grateful for the gifts that I've been given. But, you know, this trip, they're all very challenging physically, mentally, and emotionally. And my desire, particularly the last few years, is to have balance and have alignment. And I heard this term the other day, I like this better, holistic alignment and holistic balance. And I had an opportunity, you know, you take these journeys, and again, you have to go inward. There was a time when we had to climb up, I call it a mountain, and by this point in the journey, it was a lot emotionally that I had been going through, and a lot physically. And we were advised to really check in on our physical and our status at that time. And this wasn't one of the initiations. I can talk about Egypt at another time, but we do these initiations on these trips. This was more for information and more sightseeing. And we were asked beforehand, or it was requested to check in. So we had to climb up this mountain and go in to see this one area. And then when we came back, there was a resting place. And this was a new way for me to say I need to rest. And I didn't continue on and climb up the mountain with the rest of the group. There was a couple of us that stayed there. And what this message for me on this trip was, I don't have to prove myself. I am good enough. I'm going to cry. I'm okay. I'm safe. Another big lesson I got, I'm not alone. And I have a great teacher in my life right now, my spinal flow practitioner, that keeps reminding me that I'm not alone. I'm not alone. None of us are alone. Never. Right now, there's so much, you know, support among us that we can't see, all the divinity. So anyways, I'm going to stop at that. Is there anything else you want to say at the moment?
No, let's just keep going.
Keep going, all right.
Yeah.
Any other questions you have at the moment? Let me see
Yeah,
what else. I know
it
what I
isn't-
want to
okay.
do. Okay, but goodness gracious, put up that first slide, please. You know, it's very interesting because, you know, I wrote things back in one other in 1999, what my stand was for life, and I reread it the other day, and I thought, my God, I wrote that 26 years ago? And this is something
This
that
is something you wrote 26 years ago?
No, I wrote this one
Okay.
in 20 years ago. So I'm going to read it, and I'll interject either while or at the end. But for me, spirituality means to be conscious, moment by moment, to the truth that I am. All of us have a truth within us. All of us have that divinity within us. And, you know, and to acknowledging that I am a spiritual being having a human experience. That is the how of this is what I work on day by day. To manifest a level of consciousness. It's all about our consciousness. Am I conscious in the moment? Most of us aren't. Probably 95% of the time we're operating from unconsciousness. Just going along to get along or whatever else in life. Which also can be stated as being in the now moment. It's so, so important, especially now in the energies. It's going on as there's such a shift spiritually, globally, or on the planet right now. We've got to stay in the now moment and stay in a space of neutrality. Really work on not getting pulled into the darkness, our own and what's outside of us. It's very important to get centered and grounded and the best we can moment by moment. I believe, I'm going to assert to every one of us in this room here, doing the work that all of you have done, that we're all light workers. We're all here to hold the light right now. In any which way that we do that is making a difference. Your being here, my being here and speaking, we are making a difference right now on this planet. And it's important to stay in this now moment. And so what has led me to this awareness and awakening is to be awake to my feelings. Not to dwell in them, but to be able to awake to them. When that feeling comes in or that thought comes in that creates a feeling that takes my energy down, that I'm not good enough, I can't do this, is not to buy into that. And to be awake to make a conscious choices from my truth, to make choices from my higher self. It's always available. And to distinguish that truth from my ego. The ego is, as I understand it from other teachings, is edging God out. If I am in my ego, I am not in the space of God. And the space of God for me is love. I'm not in love. So I'm either in one or the other. And the process of the Course in Miracles is the undoing of the ego. We all have it going on, every one of us. And for me, it's to have compassion and empathy and understanding. So does every other human being have that going on. And for me, not to judge.
Right, so let's talk a little bit about that, ego. For me, even just over the past year maybe, I feel like there is no more ego. It's just our mind. There's no ego. It's just our mind. We have to work on our mind. It's our mind talking. It's not it.
It is our mind, but I have to say, in my world over here.
Yeah. Well, I'm curious how others are.
Yeah, my
experiencing
ego has been operating very strongly.
And maybe we
at
can
times.
have a little discussion. Bring out the microphone. I think Claudio has. Yeah. So just get into that for a little bit. Okay, technical difficulties.
Check.
So how is that experience for you
Well,
in your life?
Yeah, so the ego, absolutely. Ego is a new word. What's on the Egyptian walls, what we call the ego is the memories we've left in the waters. Because we have all these memories coming at us and makes us think how we should act and behave. So all these memories and all this noise that we're feeling from the Akashic records.
That you're feeling.
Right, that I'm feeling because it's my own wave, so everybody's going to have their own Akashic records, so to speak, the memories in the waters. And if you look at the solar bark with the donkey at the front spearing the snake, right, trying to ride above all those waves, so that's what it is. It's our own personal noise that we call ego. It's talking to us, telling us where to go, what to do, how to do it. instead of being in the now and watching for all these beautiful signs that's leading us. So
Yeah.
to me, that's what ego means, our own individual noise of all the actions we've left behind in the waters.
Yeah, so we're all saying kind of the same thing. Mind, ego, edging God out. Yeah.
So
Old memories.
here's what I want to offer in terms of any word, okay? And it's something that I took at a deeper level for myself in this last year, because I did review the 12 steps with Herb Kagan and online, and what it's very important what you just said, Claudio, and for all of us to take the word and go inside. What does that word mean for me? Because again, there's a lot of information, but this is the inner standing. What does that, what beliefs do I have?
Anybody else want to share their beliefs on this? There's another one, Joanne.
When you can go to the dictionary and look the word up and then start asking yourself.
So I just would like to say that we have an ego, but we are not our ego. An ego is just part of the human condition. It's
Yes.
not the enemy. What's
Yes.
the enemy is how we misunderstanding of that piece.
Yes.
Because it gives us messages all the time. So we want to use it as a gift, not the enemy. But I agree, it's kind of like we have this thing that we need to work with, and that it's not going to go away. It's just part of the human condition.
Yeah.
And it's, and so for me, it's like just being aware of what's going on with the ego, because it's like those inner callings, those inner voices that you have going on, like, I'm not good enough. And then when you realize it, then you can do something with it. But it's like the hidden subconscious messages of the ego that we need to be more in tune with. I just finished reading, and this is an old book, but it was like The Power of the Subconscious Mind by, I forget his name, last name is Murphy. But I read that, and I just was so affirmed in the power of who we are as inner beings. And so I really appreciate what you're saying today, but it's a great conversation to have about ego, because, we can get misconstrued with that whole thing. So,
Yeah, and I think it is the memories and the mind working and telling you that's not truth. The mind will lie to you. Yes, the mind lies.
because it believes everything you tell it.
Yes.
It holds it like it's the truth.
Yes.
Awareness. And they always say awareness before change. Yeah, if you're aware of it, you're aware of these thoughts. And we have Judy.
No.
Or, sorry, Chuck.
Hello? I've always thought of the fact that we all have ego. It's part of our existence. And a healthy ego says, no, I don't have to jump over that bridge because everybody else has. Or no, I can go right instead of left like everybody else is. It's when our ego gets distorted, because ego is a liar. It's a pacifier, right? And so ego can say, I'm better than everybody else because I feel lesser than. Or I'm lesser than, and then we start to see that others aren't as good as we thought we were. So it balances our emotions and our feelings, but it can get really distorted. And I know I have had moments of ego when I thought, oh, I'm really good. And then I start to look down at others, and then something will bring me down to size, and that's my ego. It will make me drop down to,
So it has a purpose.
It has a purpose, but again, is it a healthy ego or an unhealthy ego? Because unhealthy is very distorted. If it takes you away from thinking you're equal to others, but not greater than or lesser than, then your healthy ego is in place.
Great point. Thank you.
Thank you.
I wanted to ask Sue, if you're at peace now,
Very good question.
going through the process. Sounds like several times.
Thank you. Thank you for asking that question. I would like to answer that is each time I have experienced within my life a deeper level of peace. And, I am not the same person that I was a year ago. I'm not the same person I was before I went to Egypt. And definitely, I am at much more peace. And when I say about not having to prove myself, I have a lot of time on my hands now. Although my life is very full and I feel very fulfilled. Do I have moments? Yes. But I have this work that I use to be able to keep myself in that place of peace. So it is deeper. It is deeper. Thank you for
and
asking
there
that
is-
question.
Yeah, and there is layers and layers of it, yeah.
It is. It's
To
definitely
remove
layers.
it,
Yeah.
yeah.
Wow.
So I'm so happy to hear that, Sue. You know, as your friend, it's wonderful to hear this glad tidings. Yeah, I'm experiencing a lot of the same evolvement and expansion that you are. I just wanted to agree with what Joanne was saying, that the important thing, I really want to underline what she was saying about the important thing is being self-aware, being aware of where I am at in my consciousness, where I am at. Are the lies, like, is the, I grew up thinking about when psychology was talking about ego, about the record, the recording, the tape recorder in my head, that I had picked up all this stuff, all these lies. And so that's how I see it. And so if the tape recording is like playing and nobody's home, then I know that I stay away from judging ego. I just know what my what is happening inside of me. And so what unity has taught me more and more, I'm deepening in this truth, is that truth is all that can really set me free. Like, I really get what Jesus was talking about now, is that when and not assert it like I'm fighting. I finally figured out how not to fight the recording, but how to just, because how do you fight with the recording anyway? It's like just going on, right? And so, but to just release and really understand that I have the power to really release and let go and just tell myself the truth. And when I sat down here, I had a little thought about you know, kind of like this person's. I'll be honest. Like, we have these thoughts all the time, right? Oh, I wonder if this person, and it's not really my truth talking. It's just my insecure self. I wonder if this person's thinking of me. What is this person judging me or whatever? And it's like that's not right away. I've learned to right away. That's not the truth. That's not a true statement. I let that go, and then I instantly return to peace. So what the Course says is so true.
Yep.
Yes, I choose peace over this, yes. Yeah, great point. Judy again?
I just wanted to ask before we run out of time what your posters are there, Sue.
Oh, yes, we'll get into that. But yeah, it's interesting, the conversation, though, and I think that's most of the work is with the mind. We know that it lies. We know that this just comes from memories, and we can change our mind. We have choice. We can choose how our life goes, and that's where these posters come in. I took one of Sue's workshops years ago. This is probably about 8 years ago, and I still eventually pull them out every once in a while. I got them under the bed, but I pull them out every once in a while. So we got all together. She does an amazing workshop. She preps us with...
Yeah, it's in the morning that, I call it a creative vision board and more, but I work with the room with regards to getting to that space to really go within and find out what is it you really want or your vision. Because a lot of times I've experienced this in groups anyways, and I ask, what do you want? And people go, and so it gives individuals who join or partake in these workshops to be able to take some time to reflect and go within. What is my heart calling me to? What's within? And and yes, it may show up outside, but if what's outside brings you joy, that's okay to participate in all of it. We have this world that we can also participate in joy. So carry on.
Yeah, people don't know what they want. So magazines aren't as available as they used to be. But I would love Sue to do a workshop here, one of these workshops here. But anyway, we started cutting out pictures, and I just started cutting out things that that I liked and I could relate to, and just that living that whole yoga lifestyle and healthy lifestyle. When I put this out, it reminds me, but this is the kind of life I want to live. This is what I want to do. I also want friendships in my life, so I picked mostly women friendships. So I created this awesome board that reminds me that I got these wonderful relationships with women. And also traveling. You want to travel. Well, I'll pull out my travel board and get inspired. It inspires you. It keeps you on track. And like I said, we don't have magazines like we used to. We can also do this online. Save pictures of things that you like and then just swipe and just look at them just to remind yourself what it is that, because we're the creators, we're the co-creators. What do you want to call it? The creators or the co-creators. We decide how our life works out. We get to choose. And so maybe you could show some of your...
I will in a minute. I want to respond to some of the things that are
okay,
said.
yep,
Yeah,
sure.
So again, the vision board is a tool, but it's a very valuable tool. And Mariette, thank you for what you shared. And we go back a long time on this journey. And for me, again, we all have our own interpretation of the ego and there's variations of all that. And it's been spoken, as you said, and with the Course in Miracles, I make that distinction. The ego is edging God out, which means I'm not in love. I'm not in the space of love. And what does that mean? That's a whole other conversation. That means that I'm not in peace, joy, and feeling fulfilled and happiness, et cetera, et cetera. And here's the thing. From the beginning, when you believe in miracles, and this is a perspective from the Course in Miracles, a miracle is from the Course is a shift in perception. So if I'm in that space feeling triggered, upset, annoyed, disturbed by something that is happening in my environment, by someone that's out there, and I'm conscious and aware of it in the moment, and I even now, after a lot of years of practice, can feel that when I'm sitting in a room or with another person and the judgment kicks in. And I'll tell you what, I had huge lessons this last journey in Egypt with regards to that. To take it to another level. And if I find myself in that place, I will quietly, in my own mind, say, Holy Spirit, help me see this differently. It's a line from the Course, it's a practice from the Course, it's a tool. And the miracle is how often what's out here shifts.
Yeah, sometimes we think of a miracle as maybe somebody getting healed of a disease or whatever, but it's just that change of perception. You have peace of mind. That's a miracle.
Yeah. And things are a mind. Yes, very much about our mind. It is mind work. And Course in Miracles reminds us we have a divine mind. That's the truth of who we are, not the ego, as Joanne has said. We're not the ego. That's not who we are at all. That's all, again, bringing it full circle to Innerstanding, is to get in touch with that Innerstanding, the divinity that's within us, the power that Mariette spoke of, the power that's within us. It's not outside, it's within. And it's a journey. That's part of the journey of the soul, is to be able for us individually, each one of us, to find that power within. So I'm just going to conclude with reading
and
this.
we got to start wrapping
Yeah,
up.
no. So spirituality, let's read, is to me is being willing to own the human side. You got to own it. That has and does get in the way of being the truth that I am when I experience, which I experience to be the love. The love. I am the love. The God that is within me. And in my willingness, it's to be willing to be willing. To that, I commit to being my highest and best, in that to choose God in all that I do and be. I choose, and that's God, that's to choose love. I choose to acknowledge the servant in me in a loving and grateful. Gratitude is so important. So important right now. Be grateful, be grateful, be grateful. You're feeling down, find something to be grateful for.
Yeah, it puts you in the present moment. Gratitude,
That's
doesn't
exactly, Mander. Which generates a life. That's how we generate a life of peace, love, joy, and harmony. So I just wanted to add that. And so, okay, so we brought these, and again, I really love doing these workshops.
They're fun. They're a lot of fun.
I just want to show you a little bit. I did this one back in 2019. Okay, that's before the lockdowns. I never ever really thought that I'd be back to Egypt. I've been back twice. I was there in 2022, and I just came back. Egypt's on the board. And that's one thing, you know, joy, wow, oh, no, that's not the one that has joy on it. I'm still going to go on the Camino Trail. I don't know when, but it's on here. And I should take off this car. This is a Journey. They don't have them anymore because I need a new car, and I'm still driving a Journey, so maybe I better take that off of there or not look at it. But then again, it's living my truth. Secondly, I want, and why today I asked, Adam to sing that song, is, because I really didn't even see this, I put things on here last year, and the number one thing I have up here is believe. That's believe in myself, believe in miracles.
You got a lot of words too. Words have a lot of power for me, and I got a lot of words on my
and one more thing,
on my vision board.
Adam, thank you, because I have my inner child here. For some reason, when I was going through the magazines, it said, put that baby in the middle. So you've been working with that inner child a lot. So that just gives you a little bit about, there's all kinds of ways to work with a vision board, but you know what? Once you do it, I mean, I've done them. It's miraculous how things show up in your heart and soul. So
Yeah. Well, thank you, Sue. I know we're not even going to get to our next slide.
No.
But this is how the divine conversations go. I personally think we need to switch them up a little bit and make them a little bit longer so that we can. I love the interaction. I love the direction these divine conversations are going. But it's time. It's time for meditation. So we can give Sue a round of applause for coming around. Thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah, sure.
Thank you, everyone. Appreciate it.
Okay, it's time for our meditation. So let's just take a moment to settle in. This present moment, being with our breath. You can gently close your eyes or just soften your eyes and bring your awareness to your breath. No need to change anything at this point. Just notice your inhale and your exhale, and notice how it brings you fully present. There's no thoughts coming through, it's just your breath. When you're more aware, notice if there is a thought. You don't have to believe that thought. Notice it, let it go. This is the practice. And now let's take a slow, deep inhale. And do a long, relaxing breath out. We'll do that again. Slow, deep inhale. And a long, relaxing breath out. And just feel your body soften. Notice your shoulders dropping. Your jaw is gently open. Just allow it to fall. And we're opening the heart. Bring your awareness to the center of your chest, your heart space. And we're going to imagine a warm light there, soft, steady, familiar. This is the light of your soul. The part of you that has always known the way. And as you breathe, let this light grow a little brighter, a little fuller, gently filling your body with calm, clarity, and presence. And now silently repeat these affirmations. I am guided by my soul. I am open to abundance and joy. I trust the journey unfolding for me. I am connected, supported, and deeply alive. We're just going to take one more deep breath in and let go with a sense of ease. And let's just be in this silence just for a moment or two. Be aware of the present moment right now. The thoughts that come in are not the present moment. If there's a thought, notice it and just gently let it move through. Just feel your feet now on the ground, your body here in this moment. And know that your soul walks with you. You're one. And then whenever you're ready, we can just open the eyes and come back to the moment.
I'd like to thank Sue for that wonderful conversation today. We certainly are on an inner journey, aren't we? And I'd like to, I'm very much appreciative of all the people who contributed in our audience today, too. Everybody brought up different points that we can all ponder. It's really marvelous, and I would suggest another listen to this on YouTube would be magnificent as well.
Yes,
It's-
absolutely.
it's,
And know that we have the monthly Divine Conversations, and we like to bring people, the locals and people who are on the spiritual journey, and to hear your journey. So, yeah, I want to thank Adam again for your beautiful music. You're so special. And you're right, you know, through the week when I come here, it makes a huge difference when I come here on the Sunday, because throughout the week, these songs are chiming in my head. I am the thinker of my thoughts is going to be happening all week, and I know it, and I love it. And Ibrahim, thank you so much for the work that you do. It is so needed, and thank you so much, Ibrahim. So let's, Ibrahim and Adam.
At this time, let's take to heart our vision, mission, and statement of being, which is shown on the screen.
Okay, we have a global vision. Will you please speak it with me? Our vision is a world powerfully transformed through the growing movement of shared spiritual awakening.
And we have a sacred mission. Will you please say that with me? We inspire and empower spiritual growth
awakening.
to awaken us and transform the world.
And we have a personal statement of being. Will you please say that with me? I am a dynamic center of the Christ light, mighty to unfold my good and radiate that good to all.
We have a lot of activities and events happening this month that you need to be aware of, so we will just be announcing them with basic information. Additional information can be found in our newsletter, and if you want to go to the website also. And there are sign-up sheets upstairs on the first floor fellowship room for all upcoming classes and workshops, and for the potluck dinner. There's a sign-up sheet up there, too. I don't think there's too many people on that list yet.
Yeah, well, we'll
We've
have
gotta
to get that list going because,
signing.
yes, I haven't signed it yet either, but I know I'm coming. Okay, also today from 11:30 to 3 in the main floor community room, where we have a Unity Art Wall Committee that presents the Alumni Art Collage for the afternoon of connection, creativity, and collages. Therefore, just for today, coffee, tea, and snacks will be served both in the main floor community room and the first fellowship room. No, actually, that's
Just
been changed.
downstairs.
It's on my list, but it's been changed. It's only downstairs.
Yeah.
Yeah. So Linda is one of our artists. Linda here, or Linda, yep. Our very own Linda is one of our artists and exhibiting her works and your art. And so check it out, because I know it's a beautiful, she's a beautiful painter.
Now, today also there is a drumming going on here with Nelson Ng. He will be starting at 12:30 and going right to 2:30. And I also want to announce that on Thursday, String Theory happens right here at Unity. And this Thursday coming up, he's got an open house for friends and family of anyone in Unity that wants to come. So it'll be awesome. Anybody who wants to come, anybody who has any musical background, or even if you don't, it's great to come and see what you can find for yourself. And there's an open house, like I said.
That's going to be interesting. I've
Yeah.
always wondered about that string theory.
Yeah, come.
Okay, tomorrow, Monday, December 8th, from 6:30 to 8:30 in the first floor fellowship room, Tammy Malash will be facilitating a bi-weekly Divine Feminine Circle group.
Tammy Malash is also facilitating a workshop at the Holy Family Retreat House in Oxley next Friday to Sunday, December 12th to the 14th, entitled Your Path, Your Journey. See her or her flyer for more information. I didn't see Tammy here today. I
No,
don't think
Tammy's
she's-
not here today.
No, she's not.
Okay, join Unity Canada's Adult Education Coordinator, Wendy Carr. She's a licensed Unity teacher and Canada's other LUTs in this annual tradition of online Advent discussion. So it's on 4 consecutive Wednesdays, and we got the dates here, so see our newsletter for the Zoom link.
Join facilitator Debbie Long, licensed Unity teacher, on Thursday, December 11th at 7 p.m. for an online service of release, Grieving the Holidays. No registration is required. Simply join using the meeting ID and password code numbers. All are welcome.
Next Sunday, it says December the 4th. Is next Sunday December the 4th? No, okay, my sheet says the 4th. Okay, the 14th. The speaker is going to be Reverend David Old, and his talk title is going to be Beyond Belief, Living Eternal Love.
On Friday, December 19th, from 6:30 to 7:30, we will be holding our annual Christmas candlelight service. Immediately after the service, from 7:30 to 8:30, the Unity Social Committee will be organizing a potluck upstairs in the first floor fellowship room. If you plan to attend, please put your name and what tasty dish you're bringing on the sign-up sheet. We're looking forward to volunteers helping clean up afterwards, so please see Maria DeTillo-Rodi if you are willing to help clean up that night. And Maria's here, isn't she? Oh, yeah, there she is.
Hi, Maria.
Yeah.
Thank you for all you do.
Yeah, for
So
sure.
every year at Christmas here at the Unity Spiritual Center, the Outreach Committee chooses a charity to donate. I'm not sure where we're at with that, so we're going to have to connect with somebody today. I'm going to find out today what we're doing with this. But this year, I guess they've chosen the Matthew House in Windsor as they are in urgent need of many items. The Matthew House brings hope by providing a temporary home and settlement support for the refuge and empowering them to become contributing members of our community. So a list of items can be found in our newsletter, in the elevator, and on the fundraising bulletin board in the fellowship room. To participate, please choose an item from the list and place it unwrapped under the Unity Christmas tree, which is a gorgeous tree that just got put up, right here in the sanctuary. And we can do this right up until December the 21st.
And a reminder that Mariette Jones is available for prayer. There she is. She'll be in the prayer room directly after the service upstairs. All of our classes, programs, and services are made possible by the generous donations of your time, talent, and treasure. We are deeply grateful for all our volunteers and your financial support. Our heartfelt thanks for your contributions.
Yeah, and donating's simple. You can do it on the website to explore many easy ways we've created you to contribute, and use the donation box located in the chapel foyer. And for prayers, love, time, presence, service, and support, we thank you.
Now we invite you to please stand, and let's open our hearts and minds in gratitude as we close by speaking silently or out loud our love offering blessings, followed by the closing song, We Are the World, and closing with the prayer of protection. Our love offering blessing prayer. Divine love in me and through me blesses and multiplies
all that I am, all that I have, all that I give, and all that I receive.
Thank you.
And we're now finishing service with the prayer for protection first before we go into our song. So we're going to do it first. The light of the love surrounds us.
We are light.
The love of the divine unfolds us.
We are love.
The peace of love fills us.
We are peace.
The power of love protects us.
We are power.
The presence of love watches over us.
We are presence.
And wherever we are, love is.
All is divine.
So we're actually returning now to the peace song for December, and we're going to enjoy the peace song for all the weeks of December before we get into another song for January. So let's bring back this old classic. earth, and let it begin with me. Let there be peace on earth, the peace that was meant to be, with God as creator, family all are we. Let us walk with each other in perfect harmony. Let peace begin with me. Let this be the moment now. With every step I take, let this be my joyous vow, to take each moment and live each moment in peace eternally. Let there be peace on earth, and let it begin with me.
Joining us, everyone. Please join us in the community room for snacks and coffee and divine conversations.